What's up, YouTube? Back again on the Amigo interior build. I think we're on part 4 now. And I'm going to cheat. I mentioned before about using a Mojave dash, and the way I've done the interior so far, it just hasn't worked out to build a dash off of it. Mainly because of placement. It's partly because this truck's so short. I've got all my drivetrain and stuff right up here, and the dash needs to be right about there to fit with the windows. So I don't really have a way to build a full floorboard up under the dash. There's no room, so I think my best option of the dash is to attach it to the body. And I'm going to try to do that where I can take it in and out. It's not permanently attached like I had to glue the window in. So I've started, I had this Mojave dash laying around. I cropped the ears off of it, the mounting holes, a while ago, and I thought it wouldn't work, so I just put it aside. And now I went ahead and cleaned up the middle and sanded down the bottom, and I'm going to extend it out. Now I've kind of got an idea. I've been looking at it to where my height needs to be for the dash in the window, as well as its relation to the seats. So I'm going to extend this out and reinforce it a little bit, and we'll just have to go from there. I don't have any real plan with this. It's all just playing it by ear. I'm just kind of going along with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. You see, it's worked out fairly well so far. Another neat side effect that I had here from the roll bar is when I went to pull the body off. The Amigo body has that sunroof. I just stuck my hand in there and pulled the body off. Well, I grabbed the roll bar, and the interior and everything came out as one unit. So that helped with a lot. So I think it'll help putting it all back together as well. So I'm going to start seeing where my dash is going to sit and see if we can't get that in there. I'd like to do more detail. You know, these are pretty blank slate. They don't really have a whole lot of detail. You got top vents, and that's about it. So I still don't have a plan for gauges or anything. I haven't bought anything for that. But right now I just want to get it in the truck, get it where it's going to be, and then I can start fabbing up my console where I'm going to put my CB radio and stuff in. And yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these two together and see about where and how and what. I'm hoping I can just use the screws that hold the, what do you call it? The little vent visor at the bottom of the windshield that I put in from the original window set. The black piece here at the bottom of the window. Not sure if you can see that. This piece here I cut off of the original blacked out windows from the red shaker body. It's got two screws holding it in like the Tamiya windshield set holds it, bolts in. So I'm going to try to brace this out and attach it to those holes, and hopefully it's not all floppy and loose. Hopefully it fits in there nice and snug. We'll just have to wait and see. Alright, so I've got this drying. I put this block on there as a spacer basically because the screws are raised for the windshield. So hopefully that all fits in there nice. I gotta let that dry for a minute. In the meantime, I did go ahead and put on this rear piece on the body. It was a piece of the bumper. I had to just glue it because there's no real way to attach it because all the mounts were cut off to clear the interior. The way I planned it, these little tabs I left on there, they are going to sit under the back of the interior, so it all kind of jives together, hopefully. I did start on the console a little bit. I made some basic shapes here, basic outlines, trying to get a good angle to keep stuff. It's a little bigger than I wanted that part to be, so I may change it still. Just have to see how it starts panning out. But now I'm going to go ahead and throw the dash in the body, see how that works, and then throw it all together and see how it fits with my basic console outline. Alright, so everything's jiving together pretty nicely. There's a little bit of a line. You can see the back edge of the dash and the windshield because the dash is smaller than the body. But I think we can address that later. Right now I'm going to move on to the console. See, it fits perfect right up against the dash. So I'm going to start supporting that from the back, and then we'll start finishing out the front and see what we can do to mount our CB radio in there. Let me see if I can show you better the front here. You kind of see, it's hard with the reflection of the glass. The edge of the dash that fits up against the glass is not quite up against it. Doesn't look bad. I think it'll work. But just have to wait and see. I may come back and try to fill that in a little bit. It can come up more, but well, that may work. I'm gonna have to play around with the bottom side of it and see what I can do to brace it up a little higher. Alright, so I started to cut some pieces here. I'm gonna put this on the back to reinforce it, but I thought while that's open I better start with what I'm gonna do on the inside. I got lucky. Somehow my inside width is exactly 1.5 inches. Exactly my ruler that I've been using to cut with. The luck continues with this build. So before I cap that off, I did go ahead and put a little piece here, so I had to round that out to clear the drivetrain. Had to fill that hole. It's not perfect, but it'll look good enough. I'm gonna go ahead and try to make a cup holder. It's probably not going to be super detailed, but I'm going to go for it. I have a cup holder, and then above that we'll put the CB radio and maybe some kind of switch panel of some kind. So to see how it goes. getting out of my comfort zone here, so this is we'll just have to play it by ear, because I don't claim to be really good at anything like this, so just giving it a shot. Alright guys, I've been working for probably 2 hours. Wrap this video up. I know it might be kind of short, but made a lot of progress. It's taking a lot of time. You can see I've got my CB just kind of roughed in, just sitting in there right now. Got a little place to mount the mic. Don't think I'm going to do any more detail than that. I'm just, at least not today. You never know. The cup holder thing I spent a while on. It's some of that 8mm square tubing. And I drilled out one side, and it took forever to fit it in there, and yeah, but yeah, this tunnel fits right up to the dash. Dash sits alright. I'm still not 100% on the dash. We may come back and make something later, but for now I just needed something to eyeball to fit. I probably will come back and close in the tire wells. I'm not sure if I can get you in there to see that. See there, yeah, there you go. You can see there's still a gap, floorboard. But I think it's looking pretty good. I just threw that steering wheel back on there. It's a little bit short, I think. I don't know. I haven't figured out my final seat placement and all that yet. So still got a long way to go. But we're making some progress. It's looking pretty cool, I think. Make it focus to show you. Crank it up here, maybe you can see the cup holders better. There you go. Yeah, I would take it back off, but it's still kind of a pain to get all the holes lined up. So I put it on just to make sure that I wasn't going to have any rubbing issues, dash hitting too much on the console. Keep calling it column. Yeah, it's coming along. Not really sure where next. I had an idea I was going to add on to the roll bar, but I don't have any more of this brake tubing that I was just going to make come from the back down to the sides and the front, so you had a 6-point cage instead of a 4-point. But I don't know. I still got to look at making door panels, so that's going to be a lot of work. Part of that axial scale accessory tree, it comes with these 2 scale looking armrests, so that's a good start. And then we've got window cranks and door levers, so doesn't have to be a whole lot. I don't want it to be just a flat piece with that stuff attached to it, but you know. Right now I'm pretty tired, so I'm just gonna call it a night. But anyways, yeah, let me know what y'all think. And please like, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned for more.